Hello everyone, this has been a rough day. I have studied, I have collected my data, and I'm going to share with you what I have. The predecessor, the Apostasy of Nihil, exists. We'll be calling it the cult of A.O.N. I already referred to it as A.O.N, but things are changing for myself, and I hope that this can help some other people dealing with crisis. In the guise of the universe of what exists and does not, this should not cause one existential crisis. When one steps through the threshold, they achieve respect unto the mind, unto reality, its mysticism thereunto all beliefs and realities. Practice of atheism and nihilism serves no other purpose than the demoralized descent of humanity. Therefore, there is not impossibility in our reality. Nothing is more or less than a possibility. So what I'm saying is, to begin, existential, cosmic, mysticism, and crises, there's a link in between all of these. Religion, culture, desire, exploration, life and death, where or whether the gods exist, or great ones. We arrive at the tangent, the empirical desire and thought that we must find answers to these things, right? This creates in each person their own perceived path. And these paths pertain usually to our belief or our worship of culture or the properties that we hold in our life. If you were born into a Catholic family, odds are you're going to be Catholic by default most of the time, but not all of the time, because some people are more subjected than others, and they believe that their subjection or their way that they perceive things is more empirical. And they go with it, they believe it, and they're done with that part of their life. Well, great, awesome, but it's not that way for everyone. This means that all culture and religion relate to the self as an influencer or a symbolic surveyor, and this pertains to our morals, our way of life, our existence. There are many things to be said about what I'm explaining right now, but we're going to make it as simple as possible, as it is not simple. So I'm going to do the best I can. So in our life, we have our path, our life, what I call the median, and we have virtuous things that we would strive to be, and vices that we would try to keep ourselves from. And in all religions and cultures and beliefs, there are virtues and there are vices. And this comes down to LGBTQ plus and skin color and the way that we see other countries in a humanitarian, subjective perspective. Okay? And through these things, we also will come to a common ground. We will have to eventually come to the place in our life of an ego death. Now, what is an ego death? It's whenever you find yourself, your mind is flayed to an end, and you're pulled from every direction. You feel uncomfortable in every decision you make, that every past decision was just a mistake, perhaps, and this isn't the truth. That, like Hermeticism, locking yourself down to one belief or locking down your philosophy isn't a healthy thing, and we've experienced that for a long time. Through Christianity, we can't help that, and through other religions. Now, taking mysticism into account, we should be able to void all religion and show that morality is subjective. But until we reach some sort of gnosis like what I just shared with you, that's going to be very impossible for the individual, because a lot of us have already or are experiencing ego death right now and feel that pull of the universe and have no idea where to go or what to do, or find yourself feeling a lot more depressed and lonely than you ever have been in your life. And most of the time, that's not because you need to change, but that's because you should change your subjective mind to know that you experience reality different than other people. And you can't go to a psychologist just to let them tell you, you must do this, you must do that, you must think positive thoughts, because this will not get you anywhere other than where you already are. Some people are more incapable than others of trusting their subjective thoughts or their empirical thoughts of what they know that they like and what they know that they do not like. There's nothing wrong with you if you can't be in a room full of people. Maybe you just don't like a room full of people. So, since this reality as the symbol, we're in reality, in our own reality, you're experiencing this now. The bottom left is reality. At the top right of that right triangle represents the universe. That small dot represents you. And that thing that looks like a giant sewing needle represents your impact on reality and this universe. I have time and time again changed my own religion, cheated myself, trying to learn so much and everything about a subject, to feel fulfilled, to feel like I'm legitimate or genuine in that field of study, or paganism or heathenry, or even Christianity at one point, becoming a preacher and going to seminary to find that even some Christians want to argue that Santa Claus is the devil at Christmas. Why in the hell are they even talking about or arguing Santa Claus at seminary? I don't know. But some people find this as to be a problem. So, when it comes to morality, when it comes to existence, when it comes to the drama of ritual, of philosophy, of religion, and even providing no, I guess you could say, spiritual ground for the atheist or the nihilist. No emotional grounds for the atheist or the nihilist or the spiritualist or the religious. It all becomes an argument instead of philosophical enlightenment. It all becomes one arguing against the other. Or cosmicism. It turns into cosmicism. Here at the cult of A.O.N, there is only one thing that we all need to strive for, and that is to trust your subjective reality, call it your own. Trust that your feelings, that your Nihil, whatever you'd like to call it, however you'd like to say it, that your Nihil, that what you experience with your five senses is your own reality, is your own existence, that your moral code isn't going to be the same as others, that your humanitarian values for people are going to be a lot different. Whether they hurt people, whether they help people, that should be your moral code. Sometimes we must change the way we feel about these things. Sometimes we must reach. Sometimes we must do this on our own. Sometimes we must stand still. And sometimes we have to be with others to experience just enough that we can back up each other and what we're feeling. That's why usually whenever someone goes, for instance, ghost hunting, they would like a partner, so if they hear something, they can say, hey, did you hear that? Because we all may not believe in the same standard beliefs. We may have all different philosophies, but we are all here together. We are all experiencing our own realities, our own cultures in our own ways, and I advise you to perform rituals. I advise you to find culture that you love, that you respect, and to go with this, but I also advise you to help one another, to be there for one another. We are the cult of A.O.N. I am not the cult of A.O.N. I've created this to share with you so that we all can come together in unity, because that is exactly what the symbol on this screen means right now. To take our realities, to take our universal beliefs and thoughts, and to become one. Until next time, I would like you all to take a subjective leap off a metaphorical cliff and think about what you have heard. Maybe meditate and think about what you believe as a person. What is reality? What is the universe to you? Where do you exist? Subscribe to me at YouTube. Find me here at Facebook. Until next time, goodbye.